Hello, dear. Thank you for coming to see me today. I did hear that you are looking for some beautiful, shiny offerings for the dragon's lair. And I can definitely understand that. I have no idea why the Elfin King thought it was a good idea to start keeping a dragon as a pet, but he's quite mad, you know. Everybody knows it. Yes, my nails, I had them done for the gender reveal of the old lady that lives in the shoes. What is it, 32nd child? I don't know why she keeps having these gender reveal parties. I mean, it's just outrageous. At this point, not only does she have a second shoe, last I heard she has to get a third shoe now to handle all these children. It's most unfortunate. Certainly. But I can understand why you came in, and I definitely can go over some of these treasures with you. Now, you want specifically hair clips, correct? Well, you do. You have lovely long hair, and I can understand you wanting to kind of show it off now. I think a lot of people do. A lot of the young girls in the kingdom do now that Rapunzel went ahead and chopped all of hers off. You know, once she got out of that tower, you know, she immediately went for the short hairdo. I think she was just tired of washing her hair. So, what colors were you thinking of? Well, we have quite a few. We can start going over them. So I guess to begin with, if you're looking for something kind of fancy and floral, we have this. Now, this one is a regular hair clip. It's very shiny, as all of these are. It's got kind of a medium blue rhinestone here, and then some aquamarine flowers with little pink centers, and then white pearls on either side. This was taken from Atlantis. This was crafted by the mermaids. I was just in Atlantis the other day. Do you know that that Merlin got carried off by the sirens again? I know, it keeps happening. You know, he says that they're just trying to kidnap him and it's an accident and what have you when he's after he says he goes to Atlantis to go get the mermaid's tears that will help him with some of his potions, but then he keeps getting carried away by the sirens. So I don't know whether they think that wizard meat is just particularly delicious or whether there is something more going on here, because he never seems to be in distress. You know, they carry him off and then he puts spells on them before they can actually eat him, or that's what he says, but I don't know, because I've been called in a few times to go and get him, and he always is just hanging around in their cave with them. I think he just likes hearing their music, honestly. I think he lives very, very dangerously. No, he hasn't quite been right in the head since that whole Hogwarts thing. I agree. But yes, this went down, the mermaid's lair. I went down there recently to Atlantis, and I came back with this. They make really beautiful crafts, don't they? And I think this would be nice in your hair for the ball. This would be particularly nice if you were going to a ball in Atlantis, or perhaps even in the Icelands. Yeah, if you were going up to the Ice Queen's lair, something like this with all the blues and the silvers might be nice. Although I have some more icy things here that might be best for her party. And yeah, her party won't be coming up anytime soon. She's having that whole castle re-iced, you know. It's true, she's always working on it. Well, you know, she keeps getting attacked by the abominable snowman. But I don't know. I really don't know why they want to get into her castle so badly. I think it's just because She honestly spent so much time out on the range trying to collect different icicles, or I think she's just going into their territory too much, and then they get angry and come into their territory and just, yeah. But do you like this one? 1, 2, 3 flowers. Okay, well, this is an option. We can put this back, and we can look at some others. So next, this one is particularly lovely. It is Orl Silver, which got some little bit of gold. It's kind of like a very, very light gold, almost a silver gold. And then it's got silver and white pearls. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 white pearls. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 light blue roses, and then it's surrounded by these flowers of the clear rhinestones. This is so pretty. This was actually crafted up in the islands. This was created by Santa's gnomes. Yep. You know, or Santa's elf, excuse me. You know, sometimes the elves up there, they just want to get away from toy making, and they actually learned this beautiful silversmithing craft from the dwarfs. The dwarfs and the gnomes are very good at silversmithing, and yeah, and I guess some of Santa's elves have decided to take on the craft. Now, I don't know if they're going to be at the party. Santa's elves are very different from, you know, the elven king's people. You know, elves have all these different societies and different groups, and they don't particularly get along. And everybody says that goblins are very difficult creatures, but in all honesty, the elves seem to get into a lot of arguments. I really don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know why that is. Well, you know, Snow White has real difficulty controlling those 7 dwarves that she lives with, and even she said that the dwarves are way easier to deal with than the elves. In fact, people don't know this, but she initially was rescued by the elves and was apparently tried to keep house with some elves for a while, and she just couldn't do it. They were just way too difficult to deal with. So I guess the dwarves are easier for her to deal with, but then again, you hear strange stories about her too. Like they say, like, she's apparently, the thing that I've heard is that she bewitches the dwarves to do her bidding a lot. I swear, I actually think that she's more of a witch. I mean, she's always blaming her stepmother, but I don't know how much of that is actually true, because my best friend's cousin's best friend's brother says that he was over at a conference in Oz one time, and at the same time that he was in a conference in Oz, he's a yellow brick salesman, so he's over at this conference at Oz, and he said at the same time that his conference was on at Oz, the National Witching Convention was on, and I know for a fact that they do host that in Oz because I have been there on several occasions. I wasn't there on this particular year. It's like the one year that I missed it because I had to go over and deal with that whole fiasco with Cinderella and the fairy godmother. Do you remember that? Oh my god, yeah. The time that they got stuck in Dracula's lair, that was a mess, and I had to go and deal with that. So I missed the conference, but he said on that occasion, Snow White was at that witching conference, and he says that she was there and she was chatting away to the witches wearing the red shoes. You know, the witches love the shiny shoes. I mean, I love shiny shoes, so I know that. But he said that she was there and they were having workshops on witchcraft and everything there. So she easily could have picked it up, and she easily could have learned some spells, and she easily could have enchanted those gnomes herself, or those dwarves herself, excuse me, and then just blamed her stepmother for everything. You know, so I mean, I don't know. I don't particularly trust her. She's a strange one. Definitely. She's definitely a bit peculiar. What do you think? Do you like this? I think this would look pretty if you wanted to wear it if you had a blue outfit. Yeah, I know a few fairy godmothers that would love this. I actually have a blue dress that would match this perfectly. Yeah. Okay, well, I can still go through some more. So next we have this one. So this is a beautiful diamond and coral design, and it's got a little butterfly in the center, but it's also kind of abstract looking. In total, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little coral rhinestones in this. This also came from Atlantis, you know, the coral reefs that they have down there. Yeah, they're very, very beautiful. And I was able to pick this up when I was down there. The mermaids are very accommodating. They love talking about gems, and I always trade gems with them from the lands, so they really appreciate it. So I know a lot of people have issues with the mermaids because they say, you know, they can be very high and mighty. I've never had an issue with them, and I find that they make beautiful craft pieces. So I actually do like going to Atlantis to do business. Even the goblins in the caves, I mean, they can be very difficult to deal with, but nobody is more difficult to deal with than the trolls, or the orcs and the trolls who are always fighting. Oh my god, it never stops, I swear. I don't have to deal with them too much. But yeah, but this is mermaid coral, and it's very beautiful, and it was crafted to look like a butterfly because the mermaids are fascinated by butterflies. They don't have them in Atlantis, but they're absolutely enchanted by them. Yeah, on a few occasions I bewitched some of the fairies with gills so they could go to Atlantis and talk to the mermaids about butterflies and flowers and things that are up in the fields. And it actually went surprisingly well because, you know, fairies and mermaids can both be very, a little bit hoity-toity, both of them, but they seem to get along well enough. They seem to appreciate each other's fashions and styles. So if you had something that was kind of a corally outfit, I think that this would be a lovely complement to your hair. It is very pretty, isn't it? Okay, well, I have some other colors here to show you. Oh, speaking of the fairies, I was over in the fields the other day and in the flower patches, and I found a whole bunch of these. I actually purchased these from the fairies, so they're getting more and more into, you know, they do a lot of jewelry sets and they do a lot of hair stuff at the best of times, but they had this really beautiful set. So it's 3 flowers. It looks like a little tiara design, and as you can see, there is, in this one, there's like a dark pink and a light pink, dark pink, light pink, light pink, dark pink, light pink, dark pink, light pink, dark pink, light pink, dark pink, light pink. So it's kind of a light and a dark pink. I know on camera it may be coming up a slightly more coral or maybe even brown, but no, this is actually sort of a very kind of a metallic-y pink. It's a very soft kind of light pink and then sort of a musty pink, but it's very pretty, and I love this tiara design with the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 diamonds. And then there is another rhinestone. Let's see, a set of 5 rhinestones with the 1 in the center, so 6 in total to make up a flower. Oops, I'm sorry, and I think that this is very beautiful. And the fairies actually showed me they've made this in a number of colors. So here is a more golden example. So as you can see, we have like a light gold color and then a darker, almost like a copper color. And we have that on all 3 flowers. And then they also crafted it in this lovely green shade. I really like this one. It's a very light green and then a slightly darker green. But it's more of like an olive green. They're a little bit off-tone. They're not like bright pinks and bright greens and bright yellows. And I kind of like that, because normally, you know, the fairies deal with very, very bright colors. But I like the different direction that they went into here. Isn't it pretty? Oh, and then they also have one in blue. And again, we have, this one is actually the one I was talking to you about earlier. This one's very icy. Now it's gold rather than silver. But as you can see, it's got like the icy blue. and then sort of like an electric medium blue. It almost matches my nail. It's not like a very dark rich blue. So I feel like something like this would be really, really good if the Ice Queen has another one of her balls in December. The Winter Solace Ball, yeah. I feel like this would be really nice for that. It's very pretty. Oh, and then finally, there's this purple. Look at this. And this is, I know it looks pink on camera, but it's actually very light lilac. With like a slightly like medium lilac, very metallic. You know, this one, the only thing you have to watch with this is that whenever you wear anything purple, you have to look out for the purple people eaters. You know, everybody says, oh, you know, purple people eaters are only a problem if you're a human, and there's hardly any humans in the realm, so it's no big deal. But in reality, I mean, they'll eat anything. Purple people eaters, they're unbelievable. I mean, they will literally eat anything. They'll eat boulders, they'll eat swords, they'll eat dragon's eggs. I mean, I can't tell you how many problems that's caused, right? Yeah, so whenever you wear anything purple, you definitely have to watch out for them, because purple people eaters are very attracted to anything purple. It gets out of hand very quickly. But so here we have pink. So these are all the same. They're just pink and gold. Oops, and green and blue and purple. So these are all crafted from the fairies, all 5 of them. I don't know if you're interested in any of these, but if you're wearing any dresses that are maybe a little bit off color pink, or maybe a copper color, or a slightly unique olive green, or very icy blue, or even like a purple, these might be very nice. Although I wouldn't suggest doing purple this year just because of the purple people eater situation. Well, you know, they have those seasons. You know, they come out every, every 8 years or so, and then they just go back and they hibernate underneath the mountains, and we don't see them again. But when they're out, you know, you gotta really watch. They'll eat anything. It's unbelievable. Oh, now I have something really, really special to show you, and you won't believe the story behind how I got this. Look at this. This is beautiful, is it not? Right? Now, I don't know whether the camera's picking it up, but can you see the color? It is a beautiful gold color. I know on camera it might look a little bit more green, but it's actually this really, really rich kind of like, it's sort of like a dark champagne yellow, if that makes any sense at all. And we have this really big rhinestone in the center, dark champagne, and then 2 on the sides here, more of a teardrop shape. And then lots of AB rhinestones that reflect all different colors around it. It's a regular hair clip. It is rendered in gold. You will not believe where I got this from. I got this from Belle herself. Yep, the Beast Belle. I did indeed. She is just, you know, they say that he's a beast. I'm telling you, she is forward. She has such a temper. She is nothing like the fairy tales say. Her temper is worse than the Tooth Fairies. I mean that, and I don't say that lightly, because you know how bad-tempered the Tooth Fairy is. Her and those pliers, oh my goodness. She's notorious for having a bad temper. She has a worse temper than all of the witches put together. I mean, I'm a good witch. I don't have much of a temper. You know that. But, I mean, you know who I'm talking about. I mean, some of them have terrible tempers, but, oh my god, Belle is even worse. I don't know how the beast puts up with it. I have no idea how he stands it. Well, you know, he became a beast because of his temper. I mean, that's how he got that curse put on him. Yeah, it was a gypsy curse, and people think that, oh, you know, Belle broke the spell and he doesn't turn into a beast anymore. But the spell is actually a werewolf spell. So every single time that the moon goes full, you know, he turns back into the beast. But she's really the one with the temper. Oh yeah. Well, the reason that I got this is that she was throwing away all of her fancy clothes, and she was having a tantrum. She was annoyed because I forget what it was. It was something like the beast basically said to her something along the lines of that he was sick and tired of hearing her go on about the furniture talking. You know, she's mad. She thinks that the furniture talks to her. Oh, she's crazy, I'm telling you. She's got a bad temper, but she's as crazy as a loon. She has never been right in the head since that trip to Wonderland. And Alice will not tell anybody what happened there. She won't say, but you know the way Alice is. I mean, she's very devious. She's very, very devious. Her and that cat. And so I don't know what Alice did to her. I don't know why Alice dragged her down to Wonderland. But ever since Belle came back from Wonderland, I mean, her brain has just not been on track. Who knows, right? But she is on and on about the furniture talking to her, and the beast is telling her that no, the furniture is no longer talking to her. I mean, yes, there was that whole fiasco where their servants were all enchanted for a while there. I mean, I understand that, you know, that's a famous story, but that spell has been lifted, and they had me come to the castle to check it out, and I was telling her, like, they were just regular furniture items. There's nothing that's alive. There's nothing that's talking anymore. And she is just going on and on and on that she hears voices and she hears them telling her to do things. I mean, and apparently the other day, the voices just told her to throw out all of her fancy clothes, all of her fancy jewelry, including this beautiful hair clip. And the last I heard, she is running away into the woods looking for nematodes. I don't know. You know, and if she runs into the woods looking for, she's actually going to have to go to the swamps to look for the nematodes. And if she goes in there, you know, the water witches are going to get her, and that's another thing. Yeah, Jenny Greenteeth is down there. Yeah, Jenny Greenteeth is another one. You know, she will literally eat anything. I cannot tell you how many times she comes to me looking for potions to cure her sick stomach, because she eats absolutely everything that comes into her swamp. I mean, I don't know. It's craziness. But anyway, from Belle, I ended up getting this really beautiful, beautiful hair clip. And you can wear it either way. I mean, I think that it looks nice when it's with the rhinestone at the bottom, but you could totally wear it in your hair with the rhinestone at the top too. And I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. If you were going to wear a gold dress or even a white dress with a lot of gold jewelry, I feel like you could totally pull this off. But this would be so pretty if you had a dress like this color, or even a dress like with this color in it somewhere. Oh, you could put your hair up even in a bun with this sticking in the center of the bun. I mean, oh my goodness, that would be so pretty. It's gorgeous, I know. But yes, I do have a few more to show you. Oh, so let me show you these. You won't believe where I found these. Aren't these cute? It's a little bow, and it's pink and white rhinestone striped. They're actually AP crystals. And then there's a blue version, like a medium blue with the stripes again. And look, this one's like a pinky purple. This one's a blue. This is actually a set, and the set is called Jack and Jill. Isn't that the cutest thing? I know. Now granted, I have no idea if Jack and Jill are aware that their names are being used in this, because, I mean, Jack has no interest in shiny things, and I mean, Jill herself, not really either. I mean, you know, the two of them are a bit simple, just running up and down the hill all day collecting water. You know, it's really, that's another unfortunate situation, you know. There are two others that are a little bit off in the head ever since they were carried away by those trolls. But these are just so beautiful, aren't they? I got these from the Pied Piper. Yep, a lot of people think the Pied Piper only deals with music and, you know, music and extermination. But in reality, he has also started to do a really lucrative business of trading. Basically, he trades everything, and he has a little caravan that he takes around with him. And I saw him the other day, and he had some really beautiful rhinestone rhinestones and shiny things, and you know me, I love my shiny trinkets, so I had to go and pick some of these up. I wish I had had them in more colors, but this is all he had, yeah. I don't know where he got them from. You know, I find with him it's best to not go into the details. Well, I told you what happened. Remember, he used to always lead the rats away, and I never knew what he was doing with the rats. Well, remember you said to me, oh, we should ask him what he does with the rats, and we did end up asking, and now we know. Well, yeah. Oh, I definitely could have used not knowing about that, yeah. Well, now we know exactly what's in the meat pie. Yep. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, right? Yeah, so. Well, you know, at least they don't put the crows in the pies anymore. I'm very partial crows, so, I mean, hey, if you're going to have to use meat for a pie, you know, you're better off using rats and crows. Especially because I don't eat it. You know, I went vegetarian myself years ago. So, aren't they pretty? So if you had something like, if you were going to wear a dress of either blue or pink, I feel like something like this would work in your hair. But, I don't know. And anyway, are you wearing these in your hair, or do you want to use these to make an offering to the dragon? Because you could, if you need to make an offering to the dragon stand at this party. Oh, I know, the king is very eccentric. I mean, he's got this dragon, and he's trying to keep it as a pet. You can't keep these things as pets. I mean, it's probably going to wind up burning him to death, but it's probably going to end up burning down the whole castle, the whole village. Again, another village, right? But you can't talk to him. You just can't. But whatever, you know, I probably am going to wind up going to the party, because I just want to see what it looks like. You know, I just enjoy the whole decor and all that. But I mean, it seems really a shame to throw these down to the dragons. I think you should probably wear one of these in your hair instead. I have other things to show you that you can get to the dragon. I'll show you that later. But, I don't know. I feel like you could also do something if you wanted to be particularly daring. You could wear a dress that is both pink and blue, and then find a way to work both of these into your hair somehow. That might be a good idea. But they're so shiny, aren't they? Now, your other option, if you don't want anything so big and so prominent, we have some smaller pieces. So, these were crafted by the Pixies, and the Pixies do some really beautiful fine craftsmanship. Now, these clips are much, much smaller than the other clips. They're about half the size, but they're still quite sturdy. This one's gold, and it's got a lot of pink around it. It's very, very pretty, isn't it? And I love, like, the circular design. So there's this one. And then there's these enamel pieces. So this is enamel gold with kind of like a brown center. It's a very unusual color, but it's very pretty. And then here we have one in purple. It's enamel purple with a purple center and kind of black around the tips. But again, with the purple people eaters around this year, you might be better off not wearing anything purple. Oh, and then look at this one. Isn't this a beautiful green? Oh my goodness. If the leprechauns saw this, forget it. Actually, this would be a good one to wear if you were going to be around the leprechauns, because if they love green stuff. You know how it is with them. They love green things, and if you wore this and they liked it enough, they would probably be willing to trade some of their gold. They can definitely be very mischievous creatures, but if you want to make a deal with them, I mean, they're also going to be very savvy businessmen. So yeah, I mean, if they see something that they like, they might be willing to trade some gold pieces for this. So it's up to you. I don't know if you're planning to wear green at the party, but it might be a good idea. But I would definitely hold on to this until you see leprechauns. I wouldn't give this to the dragon, no. But look at this. This is my personal favorite. It's orange. It's orange enamel. Now, I know it has sort of a red flower in the center with maroon elements, but the enamel itself is orange, and I was so excited when I saw this, because you never see orange hair clips. I mean, you see hair clips that are coral sometimes, but not orange, like bright orange like this. So I'm really glad that the Pixies crafted this. You never see the fairies working with this color for some reason. I don't know why. Fairies are very peculiar. They're more into pinks and yellows and usually purples, except this year, you know, they've really taken a hit with the the Purple People Eater fiasco. Yeah, the fairy community has lost some members this year because of their love of the color purple, right? So these are just the smaller pieces, and you could potentially wear these in your hair to the party. So the yellow one, the purple one, the green one, and the orange ones are exactly the same, and then the pink is a little bit different. So do you think any of them might be nice to wear in the party? Wear in your hair to the party? And again, you have nice long thick hair, so maybe we could even find a way to put all of these into your hair somehow. Yeah, that might look really nice. We can be quite creative. So I only have one more hair clip to show you. And granted, it's not as colorful as these other ones, but look at it. It's so pretty. It's black edges with white pearls, a little bit of gold work on the side, and lots of AB crystals. And this one has a little bit, it's not a traditional like snap shut, but I feel like it can definitely look nice in the hair. I feel like it could definitely work. And I just love the color of this. I think it's so pretty. I think it would look so gorgeous in your hair. Yeah, the next time that, this is actually going to be really nice for Cruella de Vil's next ball. She always does that black and white theme at the balls, and I feel like this would be absolutely gorgeous with that. Yes. So let's just go over our options for your hair for the King's Ball. Yes, his dragon's birthday party. So we have the black and white and gold hair clip, the little pink hair clip, the little purple hair clip, the little green hair clip, and the little yellow hair clip. Snap that closed. Oh, and then of course the little orange hair clip as well. So we'll put them in order up here. And then we have the coral butterfly piece. That was a collaboration between the mermaids and the fairies. And then we have this blue flower piece and purple flower piece and green flower piece and gold flower piece and finally pink flower piece. And then we have the Jack bow and the Jill bow and Belle's awesome hairpiece. And then finally, oh no, not second to last, this absolutely gorgeous piece. I feel like Cinderella would love this. Oh yeah, that's right up her alley. She loves that blue. And then finally this one. So, in total, let's sort these out a little bit so you can get a better view of them all. So I'll sort this out so we can get a really good view, and then we'll really look at what we have to consider here. So, in total, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 different hair clips. So which one appeals to you the most? They're all very, very shiny in their own way. They all have rhinestones. They all have a nice sheen to them. Even like these enameled ones have a really slick look. So do you see any you like? Think about it. And as you're doing that, I want to show you what you could potentially give to the dragon instead. So instead of giving away these beautiful hair pieces, I feel like what you could do instead is take these hair pieces and, wear one in your hair, and then if you want to take an extra one for another party, that's fine. And instead was at the sands, Genie's had them. Genies sell primarily bottles, but they also sell magic carpets, of course. But they also have a lot of nice jewelry that I didn't actually realize that they had so much nice jewelry. But last time I was in the sands, they really impressed me. So I got 5 rings here. They're not too expensive, but they're pretty. They make lovely sounds too. And I feel like you could potentially use this as an offering. So firstly, I have this really beautiful silver and emerald ring. This was crafted by dwarfs. It is dwarf-crafted. So obviously it's very high quality. And look at the color of it. Isn't it beautiful? And once again, this is something that if the leprechauns see this, they are going to want it. This and this. So you might want to give this to the dragon, it's up to you. But if you save this and wear it around the leprechauns, perhaps they will be willing to trade some gold for it. So you might not want to give this one to the dragon, because leprechaun gold is worth more than this ring. But you know, with them with that color, right? So we have that option. And then the other option that we have is this very thick, kind of squared ring with a kind of a swirled square sides with a round white rhinestone here and here, or a clear rhinestone, and then in the center just this brown stone. Now the genie that I bought this off of said that this actually comes from the trolls, which is really unusual because you never associate trolls with jewelry. But it's apparently troll-crafted, which I guess doesn't surprise me that much, because, I mean, let's face it, the trolls are more sophisticated than the orcs. So, I mean, if they told me it was orc-crafted, I'd be really shocked, but I'm not particularly shocked that it's troll-crafted. They love the color brown, you know, them with under the bridges and the mud and all the rest of it. And I think it looks pretty. I kind of wish that the sides had been gold, because I just love the look of, you know, yellow gold with brown. But, you know, silver's in the mountains, and the trolls live near the mountains, so it makes sense. But there's that. So this might be a good option for the dragon, right? Because, I mean, again, I wish it had been gold on the side, but the dragon would probably still like it, because it is very shiny. And even though brown is often not associated with being a super bright color, I mean, if this is in the light, it really shines. I don't know if you can see it. It really shines, and it would look really nice if you had, I mean, if you were wearing a brown outfit, it would look nice, but the dragon doesn't care about outfits, you know, they just like shiny stuff, so I think they would like this. So this might be a good option. The other option, there's this one, and the genie that sold this to me told me that this again comes from the mermaid realm, as you can imagine, this beautiful aquamarine stone in the center, with the white rhinestones on either side, and it is gold. It's the only one of these rings that's actually gold. The others are all silver. But I like this. I mean, this is very, very pretty. It's very elegant. This might be another nice option to give to the dragon. Unless, of course, you wanted to keep this to wear it with one of these hair clips. I think, yeah, like this one. This one have perfectly that matches. Yeah, so if you take this, you might want to hold on to this one. Now, the other options then are, well, I'll show you this one. This is the most unusual one, and this one, as you can imagine, is fairy-crafted. Yeah. Well, actually, we don't know. We don't know who crafted this. It's either Pixie or fairy. That goes without saying. Although, you know something, it also could be elven. The genie really didn't know. He knows it comes from the woods, but saying it comes from the woodlands, that's not very helpful, because the pixies, the fairies, and the elves all live in the woods. But doesn't that look elven crafted? It's so pretty. It's got like this, it's such an unusual design. It's got this nice swirl, and then a beautiful kind of lavender. It's a very, very light purple, almost like a pinky stone in the center. The camera's not doing it justice. And then it's got little prongs coming up here, little rhinestone there. So I just love that. It's so unusual. Good quality silver too. And then finally, we have this beautiful yellow rhinestone ring with clear rhinestones all around it in silver. And this is from the sands itself. This is Genie-crafted. So I love this. If you're wearing a light yellow dress to the wall, this would actually look really pretty with Belle's beret. So those are the options. 17 hair clips and 5 rings. So you let me know what you want to purchase as a tribute to the dragon and to wear. And I will bag it up for you. Thank you for